And we are recording too. Okay, so now we are ready to go officially. Uh, Today is a little cloudy, so I'm using some artificial lighting. Is this good? How do you like this? I think I'm gonna have to move my camera a bit here. No, this is better here because of the light. All right, let me bring it close to me. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to be looking at this bright light bulb here. My eyes are gonna go like, oh, crazy in a minute. Maybe it's a little, let me see, better if I bring the board to this side. No, to this side instead. Yes, good, 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 good. Here we go, here we go, here we go. So I'm a little bit like overexcited because I've been working so much on the content that I have for you today. And also yesterday, I had like so many comments coming to me about some people called me and said like, hey, really like science in fashion? And I was like, yeah, there is science in fashion, right? And actually, that is my favorite part because everybody else can talk about what's trendy. And I'll be honest with you, you don't need a person to show you what's fashionable. You just like walk by the shop windows and then you see what's out there, right? When you see what's out there, you already know it. So you don't need someone to come and tell you, okay, so the color of the year is yellow. Or there is like a few years ago, the color was chartreuse, which is actually what I'm wearing today. And it is just a different name for a color that we all know as a yellowish green, greenish yellow, or something like that. And it doesn't really matter like if it's a new name for the same old color. We just have like to really embrace it if it looks good on us and not wear it if it doesn't. So if it is fashionable or not, it does not matter because many times what I see so many women struggling with, and like if you're here, let me see, I'm gonna have to open Facebook here so that I can follow with everyone in the group as well. And I want you to just like give me a thumbs up if it's true for you. But here in the VIP group, please, you can always voice yourselves. Like I want to hear what you have to say. You don't have to like only give me a thumbs up. You can really speak up. I want to hear you. But in the Facebook group, I do want to see your thumbs up and your comments to the question that I will ask now, which is, have you ever been in a situation where you go to a store, you see that, oh my God, everything I look around is gorgeous, but nothing speaks to me. Everything I look around is gorgeous, but nothing speaks to me. It's like I'm in a foreign world. It's like I wasn't born to wear what's fashionable. Am I awkward? Am I the person who's like running against the tide, like swimming against the tide? What's happening here? And that is the one thing that I find so unfair in the market, so unfair in the market. And there are a few reasons for that. They are in business. They are in business and they have to sell it. They want to sell out. So they are definitely going to bring out like everything that they have so that you buy what they have in stock. Like they have it, they got to get rid of the like such fabric, they got to get rid of such color, they got to get rid of such print, whatever that is. So they will bring it to you and you're there like, okay, so this is what I have to deal with. And I'm coming now with content that I hadn't planned for today. So forgive me, I will not have a handout for what I'm saying right now. But when it comes to color, there are some colors that we consider in the market like universal colors. And by the way, mental note, I'm going to have to write this down because I have to add this content to my Dress to Express program. They are called universal colors. What are universal colors? They are colors that are balanced to a certain extent that more often than not, they will look good on most people. These colors are like watermelon red, teal, medium gray, off-white. They are They're nine. They're nine colors. So let me try to remember them off the top of my head, because like I said, I literally did not plan to speak about this. It just came to me. Lavender. And there is this, you know, that peach salmon that you look at it and you're always in doubt whether it's orangey or pinky. So with that comes some other information. The reason that you do not know if it's more of a pinky color or an orangey color is because it is temperature balanced. When I say temperature, please, I'm not talking about like if you're feeling hot, if you have a fever or not. No, it's like colors, they are made in a way that there is either more or less yellow and blue pigment. So when there is more yellow pigment, that is considered a warm color. When there is more blue pigment, it's considered a cool color. So there comes the style nerd back again, bringing you information that is totally, oops, the camera is like losing me. That is totally like off market. It's not something that you will like usually learn, but once you learn that, so much more becomes easy. So when the color has like a more balanced temperature, it's more likely that it will look good on more people, because we all have natural color temperature on our skin. Our skin tone is either cooler or warmer, and some people are more intermediate. Like I'm very intermediate. When you look at me, like most people who work with color analysis, which is one of the processes that we have in image consulting, they will like make bets and go like, oh, she's cold, oh no, she's warm, and they will go back and forth, and there's no way you will figure that out except if you really get me tested, right? So it's very hard to get to know my natural color and temperature. For some people, you just like look at the person and it's there. Oh, she's cold. Oh, she's warm. And that's easy. Okay. So what you have to do yourselves to be a step ahead when you're thinking of color, have two colors that are clearly either warm or cold. So get like some orangey yellow. Like it could be even like an orange. Like I remember once I was doing this with a client, and she literally got like what she had in the kitchen cabinet, like what she had in the freezer, and she put next to her to see like the original color. And it was so funny, but it worked so well. So you can do that with whatever you have around you. Okay. You get something that is like orange and yellow, and something that is like super clear blue, and you have that on top of you, and look at your skin. Okay. The color that makes your skin look even is the one that is better for you, and most likely all of that family of color will also look better on you. So if it's the orange one, most likely all of the warmer colors will look good on you. If it's the blue one, most likely the cooler colors will look good on you. Okay, so that's extremely helpful when you go shopping. And to that point, again, hey Claire, you're so welcome here. Nice to see you. To that point, something that is extremely important. When you are shopping and you go to the store, not online, because online usually it's easier to see if the color is warm or cold. But if you go to the store, okay, pay attention to the lighting they have in the fitting room. Cooler lights, they are not comfortable. So if you go to a store, what they want is for you to stay there as long as possible so you actually make a purchase. For that, they usually have warm lights. What that does is it alters the color perception. When you look at the color, it's not like the original color anymore. It is that color under the influence of the light. So the best color to test that is white. If you put white in front of the color, you will see if it remains pure snow white, that's a cool lamp. If it's a cool light. If it becomes a little yellowish, that's definitely warm. And then you have to think about that. Okay, so what I see here is not what I will see in daylight. What I see here is not what I will see when I go and coordinate what I'm buying, what I already have at home with what I'm buying. So that is extremely helpful to make sure that you buy colors that you will wear, because most of us only wear 20% of our wardrobe, 80% of the time. So 80% of the time you go back to your wardrobe and you pick always the same 20% pieces. Meaning you have 80% of clothes in your wardrobe that are left there, which are actually money that you are wasting. When you invest in clothing, you're paying for that. And if you're not wearing that, you're definitely wasting money. So mental note again, let me do this because this is serious. I have to speak about what was the first thing that I said. It was the color. Oh, universal color. Okay, universal color. And now I just spoke about the closet and cost per wear. So the nerd, the style nerd is making the notes here because I'm gonna add this content to the program for sure. I wasn't planning, but it's super important. So don't know what's wrong with the camera today. It's missing me. Okay, there we go. It's losing me. So back here, let's get started with the content that I really planned and not go about like content that is coming, although that's extremely important and helpful. From yesterday, quick question. How did it go? What was your biggest takeaway? VIPs, you can speak. Waiting. Claire, you're a new VIP. Maybe you can start. What was your biggest takeaway from yesterday? I know you didn't see the VIP session, but you may have because you did get the recording, right?
I did watch the recording.
Oh,
you talked about black and white together are very authoritative. So, but I actually wear black and white together a lot, as you can see. That's just one of my favorite contrast combinations.
And I
didn't get as far as
very creative coordination.
Well, thank you. I didn't get all the way through the VIP recording of yesterday's, but of the day before, I watched that one where we were supposed to change one thing. And I changed one thing, which is I'm wearing eyeliner.
Amazing.
Normally, I don't do anything on my eyes. I just do lipstick.
Okay. And how do you feel about that?
I think it looks okay. It took longer than I was used to doing for makeup because I had to be careful. But
of course, yeah. Every time you're learning something, it takes longer than when you know it. It's like learning to drive. Like, remember when you're learning to drive? Okay, what do I do now? Like, what? Well, actually, like here, it's so much easier to drive. In Brazil, we do not have automatic cars like default. Default is manual. So if you do not know how to drive a sports car in Brazil, you cannot drive. You do have to learn to go like first gear, second gear, all of those. Like, so it's a lot of learning, and having to learn that and like change gears fast, and then break, and then all of that. It's so much that you have to learn that in the beginning you don't drive. You're like just a turtle in traffic, right? And that's what happens when we're learning something new about our image as well, because you have to think about it. But if you do it and you do it all over again, if you are into like habits, like I have read this book, by the way, super good. If you want to read a book about habits, it's Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits is a very good book, very easy to read, and it actually helps you with very it gives you like daily tips for you to add new good habits to your already good habits. It's very nice. Anyway, um, when you're learning something new, you do have to do that multiple times, like a month or so, until it becomes second nature. Right, Grace, go ahead.
My takeaway was from yesterday, actually from the whole week, is I really need to, or I choose to take more responsibility for how I look. And even though I am home and I am mostly wearing, yoga pants and working out stuff, that's mostly what I do when I'm not in front of the camera. I decided to really look at my collection of scarves and use my jewelry, because right after this I'm actually going for a bike ride and then a hike. So I have my workout clothes underneath, and I just put a scarf over, and I decided to go ahead and put the jewelry on because it only takes a minute to take it off, and then that way I've got a more professional look. And I did a BNI networking event this morning, and I felt like it was useful to just get dressed, first thing in the morning, and plan in advance for just having the scarf and the jewelry, and then I can quickly take it off and go switch to what I need to do right after this. And that I'm going to be intentional about that. So last night I was online and I bought another scarf, not a regular scarf, but the type that you can just put over, like put over a tank top, because I mostly wear tank tops. And then that way I can always look professional. I have a couple of them that I use, but I realized that I need to do a few more. So even though it was almost $100 for the one that I liked, I thought it was worth it, considering that I'm not buying, a lot of other work clothes that I used to buy all the time. So thank you for helping me to realize how important it is and how it could be easy. I choose to make it fun and easy.
Amazing. I love it. And I love it that you made a change with things that are so simple and so easy to have. We all have a scarf at home. We all do, right? So, and many times, like I said, I'm the style nerd. I'm not the fashionable one. There are so many videos online that you can wear to learn scarves in a different way. And many people even make like tops out of scarves. Like, so like you can play with fashion. You can play and really, really look amazing with a tweak here and there, right? That's great that you did it. Congratulations. Samantha, have you done anything? What was your takeaway?
Well, actually, that the circles are soft and approachable, and the straight lines. Like, I really liked the whole thing where you showed us the different women and just how to see if they're authoritative, if they're more approachable, because I definitely want to be approachable but still have the authority in my business. So it's good to like see the difference. And then I actually am thinking about getting highlights in my hair.
Good. So highlight, it's something that it's a very easy way to soften your look, and also
Mm-hmm.
works very, very well when you work a lot on camera. Because it will bring more light to your face. When you have darker hair, there is like more shadows coming to your face, so you look
Mm-hmm.
darker naturally. So if you will be on camera, having like highlights here and there is super useful, right? That is one of the reasons that in the past I used to have like more like blonde hair than my natural brunette color.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you have to remember that maintenance is really high. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and that was like during this time in our lives, like I cannot go to the hair salon like every 45 days the way I used to. Um, so that you really have to plan that ahead and see how it goes for you, right? And I
Yeah.
suggest when you go do it, if you have never, before you go and have any type of hair dye to your hair, speak to more than one person and see if
Okay.
they will really be careful about the health of your hair. People use different products and that can damage your hair a lot. I know that from experience. I've had like amazing and terrible hairstylists, right? So you do have
Yep.
to know what they're doing to make sure that you're doing the right thing. Okay.
Awesome.
And a quick
Alrighty.
tip from here, it's a big guess. Please don't take it as like a sure thing. But from here, it seems to me that you are more on the cooler side. So when you go have your highlights, tell your hairstylist, I prefer cooler highlights because hairstylists tend to make everyone look warm. And that's when your hair clashes with your natural beauty and it will be like the focal point instead of you will be your hair. And you don't want that. You don't want people to remember you because, I remember your hair. No, you want to be memorable because of who you are, right? So that's super important. Alicia, Maria, and Jessica, what were your takeaways? Super quick.
The calming the contrasts, that was good. So for me, that's too harsh with the black and white. So actually I did brown eyeliner this morning instead of black.
And how do you feel?
Actually, I don't know if you can tell the difference.
Well, when you buy the brown one, you have to really read it well because they actually have some that are like blackish brown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they are deeper.
Right.
And I really strongly suggest you to play with blue, burgundy, and green, especially people who have like lighter contrast. It looks amazing, right? It's a great choice. You're on mute.
I'd always used brown before and I got bored with it. So I did black, and I don't know that it doesn't even make my eyes smaller. So I would imagine that the lighter colors would also make the eyes brighter. Am I correct on that?
Yes, you are.
Which I want to highlight my eyes.
Yeah, so that is that's not part of what we're doing, but it's important here. Remember always that bright colors expand, deeper colors recede. So if you want to make something look bigger, and it's not necessarily that it will look bigger, but it will call more attention to that area, go bright, go clear, go with light colors. If you want that to recede, to be less important, go with deeper colors. And then, okay, now that you brought this, okay, I'm sorry, I cannot not say that. Okay, I want to see what people on Facebook will say about this as well. More attention to that area. Okay, I don't want to, I cannot be listening to me in the background. So how many of you, please just like thumbs up on Facebook, like give me hearts because then I see the hearts coming up and I know that you're answering my question. And you here, you could just say, yeah, that's true. How many of you have heard that black makes you look thinner?
Yes, I've heard that.
I want to see the hearts on Facebook. How many of you have seen that black makes you look thinner? Okay, is that true? Not always. So two things about that. It depends on the black, and it's not only black. If you are not a person who black is a color that will make you look good, that will not help you look thinner. So the color that will help you look thinner is the color that is the deepest color for your natural coloring. And if you're talking about bright black, that will expand. I'm sorry, don't come with this BS that black will make you look thinner. If it's bright, it will make you expand. Okay, so every time you read a fashion blog, be cautious about what you're reading and do not swallow down everything you read. Put it to your own good judgment. Okay, there's, oh, like I said yesterday, there's no such thing as always and never when you're talking about different people, different goals, and different tools. Okay, so I do have this very, very important content about authority and approachability that I want to continue from yesterday, but I wanted to bring some heart-centered content as well today. Okay, so we will switch gears for a minute and I will go back to this topic of being authoritative and approachable once we are done with that. Okay, so you already know that when I started my business because I really felt that God wanted me to do something different. Okay, so I want to go back a few steps and just like tell you, I'm gonna make it really, really short. I don't want to go over time with this. I used to be a teacher when I was in Brazil. I have been a teacher since I was 18 years old. You go do your math. My son is 33. Okay, so I've been a teacher for quite a while. Back in Brazil, I used to teach Brazilians to speak English. That's what I did. Okay. When I came to New York, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be teaching people to speak English in New York. It didn't feel natural to me. I felt like I would probably be a fraud. I didn't feel comfortable doing that. And also I felt that the much money that I made in Brazil teaching that I would never make here because I was not as valuable here as I was there. So first thing I did was I want to turn my passion into profession. And that was not fashion. Oh my goodness, passion, profession, and fashion. It was like my passion was helping people. And I've always liked the aesthetics. I've always liked, like, I actually did some like interior decoration course as well, because I always liked like the way that things had to be put next to each other so that they would look their best. Always been fascinated about that. So I studied that and then some other things. And when I got to New York, I found out that what I did back there with my friends, like helping them clear the closets and put outfits together and get dressed for events and stuff like that, I learned that that was actually a career. When I got certified, it was a no-brainer. What do I love doing? I love teaching. So I decided that I was going to train people to become image consultants. So since 2013, what I have been doing is I train women to have a career in image and style consulting. I have trained like over 100 women. I have literally lost count. I've never thought about, let me see how many students I've taught. So because it's like a small setting of groups, like it's individual students, and like right now I have about 50 students under my watch. They are all getting ready to become professional consultants. Most of them have already finished their certification program. They're just waiting for New York to open so we can have the in-person training where they will actually like practice what they have learned in theory already. So why am I saying that to you? Because like what I actually do, and maybe the reason that I am the style nerd, is that I train people to become professionals in what I do, right? So if I come to you with information that sounds a little too technical forgive me, but I'm really giving you information that is like the roots, like, of image consulting. What you're learning here is really content that people who will become professionals learn so that they can apply in other people. Okay. And I know you do not mean, at this point at least, to become like an image consultant, but I just want you to understand why when I teach this, there is like so much science behind. Okay. That being said, when I got my certification, I really had this calling, and I felt that God really wanted me to do something different. So when I train my students, I train them to become consultants who will heal lives by means of image consulting. Because when you touch someone's appearance, you actually touch somebody's heart. There is no way you will deal with appearance only. There is no way that when you deal with somebody's image, you will not touch their heart and soul. Because what we are on the outside is a reflection of what's happening inside. The way we look has to do with things we have lived, problems we have fought, people we have dealt with, experiences that were good and bad in our lives. And all of those things put together make us be the people we are today. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, I want you to really, really be very gentle with you. Because if you love or if you hate what you see, that is your life. And because of that, it has to be treated with care and respect. So that's my mission in image consulting. It's to really help people see beyond appearance, connect with their true essence, and become the house where God shines. This is what I try to do with you, right? I really try to help you find how you can shine. And I'm bringing this because I want to share with you what Belitza is. I'm gonna have to switch my screen here for a second. And I'm sorry, I do get a little emotional when I talk about that, because it's been really hard. And I'm not going to be looking at you right now because I do have to look at the screen here so that I can share the file with you. But it's been really hard for me to overcome all of the difficulties to really become the person who would bring fashion and God together, and especially like putting science in the middle of all that. And being here with you today to me means a lot more than you will ever know. Maybe some people who have been talking to me here and there will understand because we have discussed this before. But it means a lot to me that you have really like believed in me and that you're here today. So let me see. What I want to share today is the Belitza file. Let me see. Is it? No, it's the other one. It's this one. Okay, I'm gonna give you a file for you to open yourselves, and I hope you don't have to do it now like we did the other day, the same thing. Just have it for yourselves. I'm gonna have this first here in the VIP group, and then now let me go over to the Facebook challengers. Oh God, I was on the page. Sorry. Okay, where is this here? Going up, up, up. Where am I going live that I can share with you? Ladies, where is the video in this feed? Like I said the other day, Facebook does a great job hiding things when you have to find them. Oh, there we go. Okay, here's the link. All right, so let me share this like so you all can see. Open here. Okay, good. So I can go back here and then share my screen. And there we go. Fine. So have you got the image? Can you see? I'm sharing that with you here, so you will see that in the Facebook group as well. But you can download it and print if you want, or just like type over it if you want. Do whatever you want. I just wanted you to really have this. When I was beginning this journey, that I decided to share, like this image fashion style world with this God-centered scenario, I was like, is there really such thing? Am I crazy to be putting these things together? And then I just like, I remember that I was having my spiritual guidance, and the priest who was talking to me, he said, Lacey, God never puts something in your heart that is not true. If he has put it in your heart, first, it is true. Second, he wants you to pursue that. And I was like, okay, but that was so many years ago. And I still had that, and I started reading a lot, and I tried to find books that would really show me that I was doing the right thing, that would connect everything. And then I was reading this book about art and beauty that was written by a priest. In the beginning, I was like, what is a priest doing writing a book about art and beauty? Once you start reading the book, it makes so much sense. And like in this image, what I have answer below, it creates not necessarily an answer. I just want you to have your takeaways of like what Bellezza is. And for those of you who do not know, Bellezza is a word in Sanskrit. And in Sanskrit, Bellezza is what made the word beleza, that is actually derived from Latin, happen. So the word beleza in Portuguese, you only have to delete the T, just like erase the T in at, and that's beleza. And it means beauty. But, and there will be another word about that I think is amazing as well, and I want to bring it to you, I think, on Friday. Beleza actually means the house where God shines. That's what the word beleza means in Sanskrit. The other thing that is interesting, and let me look at my notes right now, because I do not speak all of those foreign languages, and some of them are like very hard to pronounce. So let me go back to this one, which is the word kalos. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's actually Greek, okay? And kalos is the word that in Greek means good, but it's also the same word that in Greek means beauty. When you go to the Bible, and if you would have the chance to read the original translation of the Bible from Sanskrit to Greek, you will learn that every time that in the Bible it says, for instance, in Genesis, when it says like, God created the ocean and he said he saw it was good. That word good is actually the word in Greek, kalos. So we can very well understand that when the Bible was being written, the word kalos could very well be translated as beautiful. So God said it was beautiful. When we say God is good, God is great, that sentence originally was like in Greek, God is kalos. When God made the world and created us, the first thing he said was, that was beautiful. And that's because he is beautiful. And that's because he created us in his image and likeness. I mean, that's how he created us in his image and likeness. So all of us have Beleza. All of us are the house where God shines. In the Bible, it says that we are the temple of God. So if he lives in us, there is light in us, and we are pure beauty. How can someone treat beauty as something superficial and vain when it comes from the greatest things there is in the world? How can you look at that and think that taking good care of yourself is something wrong, is sinful, is bad, if you're actually doing what God did and making yourself just look like his creation itself, being callous, being good, beautiful, and like the real beleza, right? That everybody has inside. So I hope this has brought some light to your day, because to me, this makes everything more meaningful. This makes like this actually is the reason I'm here. It's the reason I do what I do, right? It's because I believe there is more to that. I believe that the person you are deserves care and love, because you are a child of God. You were created in his image and likeness, and you are beauty in your own body, being, and soul. Well, I think I could say goodbye now, but I am not going to do that. I want to hear from you. Let me see what comments I have in the. Lisa said, I used to think fashion was superficial and made me appear pretentious. It does not. Beleza, yes, the house where God shines. It looks like we need a password to sign in. Password to sign in where, Lisa? Let me know about that later. I cannot see more comments right here. Amazing. Okay, great. So here in my VIP lounge, how do you feel about what I just told you? Does that make sense to you?
This is incredible and very inspirational. It's basically And thanks for saying that, and looking into details. It really helps and proves the fact that, you know, how beautiful we are, and our research in that is so clear, and it's just really motivational. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I see some hands like this. Would you like to turn this into words?
I will real
that-
quick. I think that it's awesome because as you get to know God, you sometimes think, oh, well, I shouldn't care about my image because it may be a little vain, or I don't know, like at least I've put that stigma on myself where if I wear makeup or if I take too much time to care about my image, but through what you've taught and through learning, you know, that beauty is God shining through us, but we have to be able to relate to others and we have to be approachable. And that is how God's going to shine through us. So it's okay to care about how I look.
Yes, it is. It is. Yes. It's not okay to care about the way you look if you're doing that because you want to look better than someone. You have
Right.
to do that for your own reasons. You have to do that from your heart.
Mhm.
And you have to do that to become really Bellezza, in the sense that you will become the house where God shines, being who you are,
Mhm.
right? In your true essence.
Yes.
Clear?
That's something that really connects with what I try to do. And I haven't been able to explain it in a way that it sort of feels spiritual to me. The example I have is when I fit a woman who had a high hip and a knock knee. So one hip, so her hips are like this, and then one leg is, you know, bent so the knee goes in. And she wasn't a Christian, but after you fit custom pants to her, the look on her face, because I know she wasn't a spiritual person, but it was amazing to see her look at herself and for once, you know, have something that fits, and it's like, you know, her body deserves it. I have the connection in my head, but I don't know if it's corresponding to anyone else.
What you said, like, is 100% what I experience when, like, the few times that I have clients of my own, because like I said, I do training most of the time. So more often than not, the people who get to me to become my clients, they found me because they know I'm a trainer, right? So that's how they get to me. So I don't sell myself as an image consultant, but when that happens, and also through my students, what I see is lives changing as people realize that they can look good regardless of their physical challenges, right? And like what you do, Claire, is extremely special. What you do is you can literally make people feel connected, belonging, because they will find things that fit them. And this is something that us women do so wrong. If you think of it, men, they do not expect to enter a store and leave the store with a bag of what they shopped. They know they will have to leave things to be altered.
Mm-hmm.
The pants are too long, the waist is too loose, whatever that is. They know that. They're not expecting to go home wearing what they just purchased, or like, oh, I have an event tonight, let me go out and buy a dress. No. Oh, I have an event, I have to buy a new suit, it has to be fitted, so I will need alterations, I need at least like 2 weeks. Us women, we think that we can go there and just like buy whatever is off the rack. When um, when brands make their clothes, they use, do I have it here or it's downstairs? they use, let me see if it's in my box. I have a magic box here. No, it's actually downstairs. I may bring this tomorrow. They use an 8-head concept, an 8-head concept, which is they measure people as if they had identical 8 heads in their bodies, like in the size 8, one on top of other. And then they know that, oh, when like under the second head, that's where you have the armpit, and then under like that's where you have the waist, and that's where you have your knee, blah 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 blah. And they create clothing for that. But you know what? Not all of us have 8 heads in our body. Some people have 7.5, some people have 7. If you are Asian, you will most likely be like a 6-headed person, not 8 at all. It's so different. And this is why when you buy clothes, oh yeah, this is great tip. When you buy clothes online, if you're buying from a Chinese website, please check the measurements before you buy, because they're making those clothes for Asians who have a different body measurement. They are different. We are all different. And what's happening in the world is that the more people get like, so I'm a Brazilian, I now live in New York. If you go look at my family tree, it started in Europe. There are like Polish people. I have some Swiss people in my family. Some are Portuguese and some are Italian. So we have all of that put together. And then there is this body. What are the chances that, what are the odds that this will be an 8-headed person in length? There are so many different variables that have come together to make the person that we are. How can we expect to go to the store and buy off the rack clothes that will fit us perfectly when we were not made in bulk? We are not wholesale, we are retail, right? We are retail, we're all different. We're not wholesale. It's not like, okay, this is like a box of, there will be 2,000 Claire's going, like they're being shipped somewhere now, 2,000 Claire's. No, let's ship 100 Samanthas to the Northeast. Oh no, let's ship, that's not the way it works. So we are all different. Therefore, we deserve proper fitting. And Claire, you are the person to offer that. So when I told you like yesterday that I do have a business plan for you, I was not kidding. I do have a business plan for you. Back here, let's go back in business and talk about being authoritative and approachable. I'm going to say see you later to the Facebook challengers, right? And we're going to continue here with the VIPs, okay? Ladies, if you want to become a VIP, you can still do that, okay? It's not a problem. You will get all of the recordings of the full length sessions that we have. So you can just like click the link, become a VIP. I'll send you the previous recordings. We already have a playlist. And by the end of the challenge, you will also have a website where you will go, log in, and have all of the recordings for the week. And you will have access to that for a full year. So all of the information that we are having throughout this week, if you find this is valuable to you, become a VIP and you will keep it for 1 year. You can watch it over and over again as you wish. Okay, so that is, in my opinion, worth a whole lot than 27 bucks, like the girls who are here in the VIP. How much would that be worth? Like every session of content that we have here, I think goes a lot more than 27 bucks, right? It's really worth it. So if you are in doubt, I strongly recommend you get it, because next week on Monday, everything that we have here will be deleted, and for you to have access, it's super easy, just like become a VIP, and that's all yours. Okay, so Facebookers, love you. I'll be with you in the comments quite soon. Let me stay here. All right, my VIPs, here we go. There is more for you today. And I actually said something to Jackie that I was going to give her some tip today. and I didn't have time to give her that tip, so I'm probably gonna have to call her in private. But talking about being authoritative, approachable, and like bringing myself as an example, yesterday you said that I looked approachable, and then you gave me the reasons. Oh, it's because of this, 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 and that. I think, let me see what Grace said here. I think Grace left a message. I agree, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, she said she had another appointment. All right. So yesterday, when you said that I looked more approachable, I had these glasses on. Do you think, considering what I'm wearing today, do you think these are the best eyeglasses for me to be wearing? No, right? It fights what I have on my top, the color I have here. Some people would say, yeah, you could. Yes, if I had a creative personality, I probably could. That's not the case. I may be creative, but I do not express my creative in the way I dress. So that's why today I'm wearing these. What happens here is that because of the black, that makes me more professional, that makes me more authoritative, that also makes me look a little older, but that does add respect. Okay, it darkens my image, it makes me more severe in the way that I look, but it works for that purpose, and it could be good if that's what you want to do. Because that's not what I would want to do today. I do not want you to look at me and have that. I actually thought, okay, so let's go outside the box and let's play a little bit. Okay, so I decided to be a little more playful and have something that is yellow and that is like in more harmony with what I'm wearing. However, because of my face shape, these are not the best for me. These are actually reading glasses that I only wear when I'm by myself reading my books, because my face shape needs something that is a little larger, a little wider, right? However, for people who are creative, this would work super well. In my case, it's not my number one choice, but I just wanted you to see the difference when you think about what you're doing and why you should be doing something or not. So just so you have memory of that. And then this. It makes a big difference, right? And the way you perceive people because of that tiny detail is huge. So when I tell my clients, when I help my clients go shopping for eyeglasses, there is a lot more than does that look good on you that we have to work on, right? It is about what looks good, but sometimes what looks good is not what you need. Sometimes what looks good is not appropriate. Sometimes what looks good will not help you get where you want to get. Okay? All right, let me bring you today's real content. Let me see, I think this is it. Yeah. Are you ready? We're going deep here. So let me, here we go. We're talking about levels of authority, okay? And first thing we have to have in mind is that we need to have some balance, okay? We need some balance always. If you come to think of, let's do, can you see this? No. Can you? To me, it looks like...
Yes. Levels of authority.
You know what? It's I'll do it here instead. Better? Yeah. So these would be the levels of authority, okay? Being that the more you get towards this side, you are more authoritative, and the more you get to this side, you are more approachable. Okay, can you see AP, AT? All right. So here we have these beautiful ladies, and they all have different levels of authority in the way that they naturally appear. Okay, yesterday we saw a few of them, and then we could compare them. So right here, when we look at this big picture, what we see is the variety that we see out there in the world. We see like how people are so different, and how people will definitely need different type of attention when they're choosing to look the part for whatever business they have or message they have. Okay, well, if you want to look more, okay, I actually opened the handout instead. Let me give you the handout so that you can, okay, this is when I need these for real. Okay, so I have to send this to you. Okay, here. Where is the share? No. Okay. Okay, here you go. Tell me if you can open this. That's your worksheet. And this is the one I need to show you. Okay, at last. Okay, very well. Now, can you see my pinkish screen, or it's still showing the previous one? It's not pinkish, right? Okay, by the way you look, I can see it's not. There we go. Okay, there we got it. Okay, so it's good that I got the right one now, because then there is this quotation that I think is so interesting. I found this when I was like doing some totally different research on frames and paintings and things. And then this painter, she writes for the Artist Network or something. And then she said this: the primary purpose of a frame on an oil or acrylic painting is to focus your attention on the work of art to create a unified whole that stands alone, separate, and invites undisturbed contemplation. Remember that I mentioned to you the other day how you choose frames for paintings? So this is why we have to do that. And this is why we have to adorn ourselves, thinking about what the art that we are adorning is, what the art that we are putting a frame to is. Okay, so the frame is everything that we wear that will make us invite people to contemplate us, meaning not that they will be staring and saying, oh my goodness, they're so pretty, oh what a beauty. No, it's not that. It's that when you are there speaking to them, they will pay attention to you because you look like something that is worth spending time looking at. Okay, so continuing here. Now you already have the handout, so that's the time you start making notes, right? When you want to look more authoritative, this is when you will use more of these items. So darker colors, muted colors, higher contrast, straight lines, structured fabrics, solid colors, skirts, and dresses. This kind of summarizes what I've been telling you like since Monday in terms of the choices you have and how to look more powerful or more approachable. And what I want to teach you right now is actually the big key to success when you want to convey either a more approachable or a more authoritative image. Okay, I'm sorry I had my back to you, but so what we're doing here is the following. This is like a map, right, for what you have to look like and the choices you have. So let's say that this first line here is for darker colors. This is for muted colors. Here is for higher contrast. And here, like you have structured fabrics, and then we would go down to solid colors and like skirts and dresses. Okay, I can easily just add more and more here. So these are the things you need to look more authoritative. If, however, you want to look more approachable, you will go with lighter colors, brighter colors, lower contrast, curved lines, flowy fabrics, prints and patterns, pants, and mix and match. Okay, let me be here. So what happens here is actually this. Let's look at what you are wearing today. Because I can see me, I will of course use myself as an example, but as we go about this, I wanted to do that for yourselves. Okay, right now, am I wearing a dark color? Is this dark? No, that's not dark. Is this what? Is this like medium or light? This is the time where you can unmute yourselves, and I really want to hear what you have to say, okay?
Light.
Light.
Oh, yeah, let's go like, it's not light, because light would be white, beige, something super light, okay? But then, okay, let me do this different.
Like in the middle with some dark elements. So
Let me put here it will be actually authoritative, and then here it will be approachable, okay? Just because then I can follow basically what is that I have here, like so. It's not a dark color, it's more of a medium color. So I would probably do like this. Okay. Now, the next one is muted. Is it muted or is it more like bright? It's more towards bright than muted.
I feel bright. Yeah.
So let's go and do maybe this here. And then we have High contrast. Well, look at me. Is that high contrast, low contrast, medium contrast?
Just your hair and face is high contrast.
Yeah, but if you compare to the top, the shirt,
High, closer to higher, maybe.
but it's not high.
Right.
Only with your hair, with your skin, it's low contrast.
Exactly. So that if you have high and low, then that's more medium, right? So again, we would be probably here, right? We are then in the middle. Then we have straight lines. That's interesting. Let me try to help you here so you can see more of it. So are there straight lines?
Yes.
Like, do you have more
In your
straight
collar.
It's totally straight lined. Okay, so we have a lot of straight lines here. Is it a solid color or a pattern, a print?
A print, but not like a medium, I would say.
Yeah, it's not print that you look at it and you see print, right? And it's also more traditional because it's a stripes and they're very thin stripes, okay? So we would go like, it's more like, it's not a lot of, it's not so solid. I would go more here because there is print, but not that much. However, you don't see what I'm wearing. Let me try to help you here. Look, what it does is it does show my waist, and then it's a little flowy here. It is not a skirt. It is actually just a shirt. Okay, I'm wearing pants, but because of the cut, it reminds of a feminine figure. Okay, the cut, the shape reminds of a feminine figure. So that makes it more like here. This is how you can decide if what you're wearing is what you need to convey your message. And I have to be honest with you. I have never, ever done it in such a clear way. I had the idea of showing it this way this morning. When I woke up, I was like, okay, that's what I have to do. I have to show like how much of that you have in each of the aspects so that when you see the big picture, you understand what it is. So it's the first time showing it like this. And I hope you see how clear it gets for you to really understand if the image is authoritative or approachable. So if this were math, and here comes the style nerd again, if this were math, you would actually go like, all right, it's somehow balanced. So to the question that we had yesterday about straightening hair or not, if you think about the many variables that you have, and if you think that your hair is one of them, because then yes, I would have to add my hair here, then my hair would probably bring like more authority because I would have my dark hair and my like straight hair. So that would add more authority to my image. Then you see it like, okay, so my hair is like this. Maybe instead of wearing a color that will make me look softer and sweeter, let me add some color that will give me power. This top that I'm wearing, it has a lot of straight lines, so I can even that out with like maybe wearing different, a more feminine silhouette. You know, like you go and you play around with that, and then you get to the message that you want. If anything, this is the most powerful thing I can teach you throughout the week. Keep these in mind, and there's no way you will not look the part. There's no way you will not know what you're conveying through your image. Okay? spilled water all over. Oh, my computer. Okay, let me find a way. Then can you hear me now?
I hear
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
There's no video for you though.
No, you know, I think I can, I mean, I can see myself. I think water that, what there was on,
There you are.
but I'm glad. I would love if I could explain Maria and Samantha as well. I know that you may be busy and you don't want to be, but it's so much. So, yes, I said, well, how did this, does that make sense? Does that help?
Oh, there you
That-
are. Yeah, that's super helpful. Sorry, I was giving my grandmother a shower and listening at the same time.
Oh, no problem. Yes, I know that we all have all priorities at the same time. So I don't know what you got because I don't know when I was taken down. But what I was saying is, I've never taught it the way that I taught you today, right? This is something like I brought this like for the first time. And to me, it feels like it is super clear. But if it is not, please let me answer your questions because I really want you to understand this.
No, I think that's pretty clear.
And it makes sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Terrific. It's a good visual.
Oh, good, good.
I like it.
Joanne, Maria, can I hear from you?
Yes, now it's okay for me. We have some trouble in the country now. I'm on the capital at province. It's why I mute because there are some noise. There will be some noise on the mute.
Oh, okay. I think there's a little interference because it sounds like you are in a box or something. But if you have any questions, I'd like to answer your questions now because I don't want you to have any doubts about it. Anyway, really, it is. I am actually going to open my first ever dress with program. And when I say first, yes, first ever, ever, I've never had this. I've been my students. We have always been in the same market. Like I was training them to become consultants, and they were consultants too. And I was training Brazilians. So, like, oh, how go out there and compete? Sure, like who's got the knowledge that should me. So it's the first time that I'm teaching this to not want to become a. I'm actually doing that like to you ladies who want to look the part and really message or your personal message, like to everyone in the world. Okay. So I'll be offering my Dress to Express program, which is 100% new. And I was writing down more things that I will add as usually when I have clients, like my clients afford about like $1,500 to have a consultation with me. Having this in a group, so I have lowered the fee. And because you are with me forever, I want to really, really honor you and give the best possible opportunity. So I'm gonna offer that discount like under, because it goes from 1,500 to 1,997, and then I'm offer that for the 95 or for the 97. I have to check. Like I think that's an odd number, so it's 97, I think. And because you're gonna have like extra, but those extra bonuses go away tomorrow when I go live and I tell everyone about this offer, because they will get their bonuses, but you get 2 extra bonuses, which are my Decode the Dress Code workshop, which is for corporate, and one-on-one coaching call with me, where I will help you individually live, nobody else, just you and I, throughout the program. So the program will be like 5 weeks. You will get a coaching call with me that you can choose if you want to have that in the beginning, middle, or end. And that is because with the regular coaching program, you will get 1 call as well. So you VIPs get 2 instead of 1. And you also get my Decode the Dress Code workshop. And there is one workshop that goes out to everyone who will be part of this program that is very dear to my heart. That is Image That Heals. It's actually about 50-minute workshop that I have recorded to help women who are fighting depression. That program, you and everybody else will get, because I wanted to spread the word that image can heal people, that the way you look can make you feel better. So that specific bonus is for you to share. It's not for you to keep only, right? I want to help people really feel better about themselves, feel confident, and feel good about their own skin, and really find their beleza in their hearts. Okay, so I will share with you the link for this program. These bonus will go away tomorrow when I go live for the session. The other bonus will be for everyone, so you can like choose what you want to do. Because you're VIPs, I just wanted to honor like your time and money investment on me and give you more than I'm gonna give the other people tomorrow on. All right. So the link for you to know more about the program, I'm gonna share with you right now. Let me. I hate it when I do anything not wearing my glasses. it's like I'm okay. It is actually capital. Okay, glasses on, and let's do the right thing. There's no way I can fight that when okay, it's no capital. There we go. This is it. So the link is here for you. And there's also something special about it, which is if you can use PayPal credit, you can pay that in 6 installments. So it's not going to be even like a full payment. It's going to be like installments. I really hope I can have you for a longer journey than this challenge. I will, however, be here teaching you more and more like until the end of the challenge. So there's a lot of more content to come. I think you have experienced here something special, which is having information that is catered to your needs. So you already know that what's coming ahead will be nothing short of what you've seen so far. Okay. Would you like to maybe get to know better about what this is going to be like? What are your questions about this possibility? You can just, yeah, go ahead.
For the first part of when you were telling us about your program, I didn't hear about 75% of it because you were cutting out. I don't know if you were cutting out for anyone else.
I don't know what you didn't hear, but what I was saying is that I've never ever offered this program before for the reasons that I explained. Did you get the reasons before?
I got like this much of it. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, I was saying that like I mentioned to you, I'm a trainer. I train women to become image professionals. Okay, so I've never really wanted to be competition to my students. And now I just decided to open this once in a lifetime opportunity to really help women who are online entrepreneurs look the part and convey their business message in a group. So I have really lowered my fees quite a bit. I usually charge about like 1,500 for the full image consultation process. In a group setting, that goes down to 995. But then because you've been with me throughout this week and you have like really honored me with your time and your investment, I want to give you an extra discount, and that goes down to 497. And you will get a 5-week coaching program. You will get like several bonuses that are listed on that page. One of them is a coaching call with me, and then you have an extra program. There is Image That Heals, which is the one that I said is dear to my heart because it helps people overcome depression by means of image. And because you are VIPs, you have 2 extra bonuses, which are like 1 extra private session with me that you can choose when to have. It can be in the beginning, middle, or end, as you prefer. So you actually get 2 bonus sessions with me, not 1 only, because you are a VIP. And the other program, which is Decode the Dress Code, which helps you align your image for corporate professionals, right? This Image That Heals workshop that you will get is something that I really wanted to share with as many people as you can, so that they learn that their image can be powerful and can heal their hearts and their minds and their souls, right? So the extra bonuses that you get because you are a VIP, they go away tomorrow when I speak to the whole public, right? So because you are a VIP, I will honor that until they know about it. When they know about it, then you lose those 2 extra bonuses. Okay, the rest will be the same for them, same price and everything else.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any more questions?
I think I'm good.
Good.
As far as that, yes.
Great. Well, I look forward to really connecting on a much deeper level with you and help you like really be hands-on on your image. I will really be there and say, yes, no, good, bad, try again. Let's do it over and over. We will go over everything you need throughout this program. And something that is very, very important is this is a coaching program. So you will look at the page, you will see what I'm offering. When it gets to the program, if what you need is a little bit different, just like I'm doing here as we're going, that I realize, okay, let me speak about this, I will give you what you need regarding your image, okay? And because we're gonna be in a group, you will be learning from other people as well. So it's, oh, there is this important bonus that it comes with. When the program ends, you still get a 2 full months support in our Facebook group. Okay, so for 2 months, I will keep on like feeding you with information. You'll be asking questions, and I will have all of like, not all of, but like my international trainees also help and be there giving you more ideas and answering your questions for 2 months. So if we finish the program and you go out shopping and you go now, no problem, we will be there for you 2 months after we finish the program. Yeah, that was super important. I couldn't forget that. Okay, ladies, I look forward to seeing you in this next journey with me, but make sure that you're gonna have a lot of content coming up still tomorrow, Friday, and on the weekend, I'm gonna have a guest, and the guest is coming to something we have not spoken about, so which is the bottoms. We're gonna talk about what complements our upper image, right? And she's gonna give you like some very interesting bonuses as well. So I hope you like that. I love you so much. I'm looking forward to being with you for much longer, but I will definitely connect with you this afternoon when I email you the links and also more information about the program. And of course, in our Facebook group. Okay? Have a beautiful and blessed afternoon. Bye.